Welcome to episode 151 of the Concealed Taco Dudes podcast. Why do we do that?
We don't have our own hype man or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
So we take it upon ourselves to be the hype men.
The applause button hasn't ever worked, so.
Yeah. We still need to get that replaced, right?
Right. Well,
So.
we can't hear them applauding on the other.
Yeah.
Which we know you're doing right now.
Yeah, all four listeners, right?
Driving on the freeway on your way to work, clapping, cheering. We want to see it.
Yeah. So, today we have just me, Taco.
Jason with Concealment Solutions.
And we're going to probably do this a little bit shorter because it's a lunchtime episode.
It
At
is.
least lunchtime recording for us.
Yes.
So we're bound by time limits.
Yes. Let's get sponsors knocked out of the way really fast this time. NOE Bullet Molds at noebulletmolds.com.
Use coupon code FLT001 and it'll save you 10%. You can use that on the reloading equipment or the powders if you're local.
Yeah.
It does work and
Yeah.
it will save a decent amount. I was at a local shop today, or not today, different day, yesterday, and there's a powder that I have used for reloading. Actually, the Reloader 22 for the 6.5 by 55.
Okay.
And it was $55 for a pound.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I put it back quite rapidly. So I'm not to that point quite yet to shell out that much money.
Yeah.
But I do know that if NOE has it in stock and you use that code, it will be probably the lowest price locally
Yeah.
that you could find.
Nice.
Although anyways.
Okay. Utah Air Guns at utahairguns.com. Everything you could possibly want from air guns and more.
Yeah.
They sell optics that you would lust after for your precision centerfire guns.
Yes.
So-
yes. I looked through a few and had scope envy.
Yeah.
If that is a thing.
Yeah, I purposely don't.
Yeah. I went over there actually on Black Friday weekend or whatever. Maybe
Yeah.
it was actually the actual Black Friday,
Yeah.
Friday, with my brother and took him in and he picked up a tin of those Hades 22
nice.
pellets.
Yeah.
He's been laying waste in an orchard up in Washington to
Oh, nice.
some critters.
Vermin.
Vermin. That's all, yeah, I got to remember that word. Vermin. So, anyways, it was cool. He was tempted by the crown. They had a crown on Black Friday for like $1,200 with
Oh,
with
wow.
the steel tank. I was tempted by it, and I don't need another one. But we tried to convince my brother's brother-in-law to get one, and I don't think he realized how good of a deal that was.
Yeah.
But he was saying, well, on his goal is, or his priority right now is to do a 300 blackout pistol.
Oh.
And he really wants to do it because they live in Texas and have like a hog stand set up.
Oh,
and feeder and
nice.
stuff. So he wanted
Yeah.
something quiet to fling some lead and get some hogs.
Yeah. There's plenty of air
So I
guns
could
that'd do
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, and we had talked about it. It's like my brother said, you should have an air gun in the stand for when you're waiting because you never know.
Yeah.
It could take hours and hours for them to show up. So you could plink with that air gun and
Yeah.
that won't scare anything off.
And
So
it won't cost anything.
it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
And if you shoot the critters or vermin around there, that's just more meat for the hogs to
Yeah.
snack on.
Attract them.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, anyways,
So use the discount code AirCandy, and that will get you free shipping and free turret stickers at Utah Air Guns. Black Ice Coatings at blackicecoatings.com. I was on their Instagram page last night with my daughter, where she really wants to build another AR, and so we're going to do a 300 blackout build for her. I gotta go through it. I have almost everything I need because I was building one for myself.
Yeah.
I still need an upper for it. We're going to do a side charge upper. So I hadn't ordered that yet. And so I told her, I'm like, look, here's who is it? Bear Creek has a side charge upper with the bolt carrier group for like $99.
oh, nice.
And they're pretty decent. And so I said, look, you buy the upper, you buy that part, and I'll provide everything else, and we'll put it together. And she's like, can we dip it this time? I'm like, yep, we can dip it. So we were on there seeing what Black Ice has been doing, and she's leaning toward the roses like we did the grandma build.
Yeah.
Which is, it's super classy, super good looking, and red and black are her favorite colors.
Oh,
so
that works out.
It kind of, I think that may be what she ends up doing.
Before you go to Black Ice next time, let me know.
Okay.
I might send something with you.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll be going soon.
Okay.
So, for something else.
I might want to go with you, too.
Okay.
But, yeah, let me know.
Okay.
So, I as an update to the, my 10 Q-tip challenge giveaway, then one of the guys, he text, we were emailing back and forth or texting, and so he won the package, or chose the package for Black Ice, and so I'm really anxious to see what he does with it. Yeah,
nice.
So I'm gonna have him probably when he finishes it, gets it back, take a few video clips, and then I'll do a video on it and show it, so people can see.
Local guy, or is he?
No, he's out of town, like not local.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was gonna say too. Well, it kind of has more to do with what we did with guns, but I ended up getting a Ruger American Action.
Right.
Well, I got the barrel pulled off, and so it's an Action.
You bought a whole gun just for the action.
Yeah, just for the action. But I noticed that because the Ruger Americans are kind of like a budget gun.
That just very
work,
much so.
But they work well, and they have some cool features.
Yeah.
But I was looking at that bolt, and I don't know if it's the type of oil or what do you call it, the lubricant that they use, but it looks almost like it's a lubricant / rust.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was thinking, man, I'm gonna
Teflon the
I'm gonna get
bolt?
that bolt, and
I would.
I'm gonna try and get the receiver Tefloned on the inside.
Yeah.
No, outside I don't care so much.
Yeah.
But the inside, if I can, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And that way, that bolt just
glides.
The bolt glides and is really smooth, slick, and doesn't really need lubrication. You can lubricate it.
I always do anyway, but you don't use nearly as much.
Yeah, and you can use a dry lube on it, like just spray something in. Anyways, I wanted to get that done, but I need to talk to the gun guy who's going to install my barrel and see if it's better to get it done after the barrel's installed, so in case the receiver gets marred or something, then it's coated. So I'll talk to him, figure out before or after. But
cool.
Anyways.
So yeah, go check out Black Ice Coatings at blackicecoatings.com. Follow them on social media so you can see what they're doing.
Best gun finishes in the industry.
They really are. They really, really are.
Magholder.
Magholder.com.
Use coupon code GETINTHEVAN. I have candy.
Yep. Like 22% or something like that.
Something like that, yes.
The double stack 45s and 10 millimeters are available. They are shipping.
Oh, cool.
So those are out, and you can get those now. If you missed his deals, he had some pretty killer Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. He was giving away free like gun cleaning mats and stuff like that when you ordered and everything.
Yeah, I know I finally got a hold of Ricky and the winner of that package.
Oh yeah.
And so the belt and mag holder. So
yeah.
It'll be cool when he gets that stuff. He's a smaller YouTube channel, James Pollard. So
okay.
Be curious what he thinks of the new mag holder and the belt.
Yeah, so. Very cool. And then Concealment Solutions at concealmentsolutions.com. We've got some new stuff, mostly new Kydex patterns. I've posted all but one of these on my social media so people could see them, but I have not yet posted the pink ghost flames.
Oh,
those are really cool. So I've already been doing the zombie green, blue, red, and a tan ghost flame, which that's like one of my favorite.
And you did post those on
your
Instagram?
I did post those on Instagram. That's one of my favorite patterns because you just don't see it very much, and it's super cool. There's another one that I got. I call it Burning Up. It's a black Kydex, but it has flames just coming from the bottom edge going up like a rotisserie roaster. I don't know how else to describe it.
But it's kind of an interesting visual.
Yeah, but it's really cool. That one I actually ordered in for a personal project, so we'll see how that goes. The Rhodesian camo is a popular one. It's kind of it almost looks floral, but it's earth tone colors. It's really different. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, okay.
The Rhodesian's really cool. And then Deadpool
riding a unicorn.
Dude, I ordered 3 sheets of that specifically for one person that wanted it.
Yeah.
And it's almost all gone because when people heard I had it, they ordered stuff. I just finished yesterday.
That one's hilarious.
I just finished yesterday one of the racer holsters for a customer in that Deadpool unicorn with a hot pink liner, and I made an accompanying knife sheath, big old knife that hangs upside down on a plate carrier in that pink and unicorn. So anyway, there's some new colors for you. If there's something that you want that you don't see, that I don't have, so these that I just mentioned, this is stuff that I'm stocking. Mm-hmm. So, but all the time, if there's something you see online somewhere, let me know what you want. I can get just about anything that you've seen. I can do custom stuff also. So
yeah,
I've done custom printed kydex for somebody that wanted a holster to match their tattoo. So we can do stuff like that also. New gun models. And I may have mentioned some of these, but the SIG P365X macro, shipping holsters for that now. The Wilson Combat stuff, I think I have all the molds for everything Wilson Combat is doing. I haven't looked at their website recently, but so there might be 1 or 2 that I'm missing. I don't know. But the Wilson Combat stuff, those are kind of hard to find holsters for. Walther PDPs, I think I have all of those.
And
models.
You're going to have a Palmetto dagger.
So, coming soon. Palmetto dagger compact and full size.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, those are molds. I reached out to one of the mold manufacturers, the one that makes the molds I prefer, mm-hmm. and said, hey, when are you going to have these? Because you need to get on it. These things are selling like crazy.
They're coming in.
And I think it was something that they wasn't on their radar quite yet, and I think once they did a little bit of research, they're like, okay, which versions do you want? I'm like, just make them that have all the bells and all the threaded barrel, because we can work around all that if we need to. So anyway, I got an email from them. They're supposed to be, at least the compact mm-hmm. mold is supposed to be available this week sometime. Hopefully the full size is right behind it. But that's kind of the new stuff going on at Concealment Solutions. Use the code SHOWMETHECANDY, save you 15%.
Nice.
You can still, if you order stuff, and I don't know when you're listening to this, but by the time this posts, there is still time for you to place your orders and have it for Christmas. So don't delay if you want something for Christmas.
All right. Should we dive right into listener feedback?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, we have 3 today. One of them is from Mr. Hoflo.
So almost all of our listeners.
Also known as Hobart Floyd. He says, not Hoflo.
It's Hoflo. There's nothing you can do about it.
And this was in reference to when we were talking about shoot on or load on Sunday, shoot whatever.
Okay.
This was with Stan, I think. Stan was here. He said, this is to clear up which rifle loads on Sunday and shoots all week. It wasn't the Sharps, as someone, parentheses, Stan. stated, nor was it Lincoln who made the statement.
Stan. So who was it and what was it? He doesn't say?
He doesn't say.
Well, you can't say we're wrong and not give us the right information. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a lever action, and I don't remember which.
Well, Henry's kind of like, well, their sticker, or what do you call it, their slogan is load on Sunday, shoot all week, or whatever. And
it could have been a Henry, I don't know. But it was Civil War times, and that was one of the rifles that was kind of changing. It's kind of a game changer as far as the military went, because before then, nothing had that kind of capacity.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain it was a lever action, but I don't remember what brand or what model it was. So somebody could look that up pretty easy probably and tell us.
Oh, I think he actually Okay, apologize to Hoflo. He included an attachment.
Oh.
And he says, and I'll read this.
Okay.
So this does answer it.
He has the answer.
Thanks, Hoflo.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. He says, Confederate Colonel John Mosby, whatever, who became infamous for his sudden raids against advanced Union positions when first encountering the Henry in battle, called it that damned Yankee rifle that can be loaded on Sunday and fired all week. Since then, that phrase became associated with the Henry rifle.
There we go.
There we go.
That's why they're still using it.
Okay, so we were kind of right on that, right? But anyways, that's cool. Thanks for the clarification, and sorry for the almost whatever. Anyways, okay, this next one is
Hoflo.
Yeah, this next one is from Harm, and he says, episode 150. Congrats, guys. At a mostly weekly rate. That's like 3-ish years now. Thanks for all the edutainment.
It has been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah. Okay, and then the last one is from Mick Willie, and he says, this is in response to the episode where we had the ladies from Girl in a Gun and
DC
the
Project.
DC Project.
Yeah.
He says, great show. When I hear they can't have guns in the dorms, I know a lot of college kids don't have vehicles, but are they allowed to have one in their vehicles for off-campus activities? Probably varies per state, but maybe it could be treated like most employers honor having one in the vehicle at work, even though it's, air quotes, on the property.
On the premises.
Okay.
It depends on what state you're in. It depends on what school you're at, because a lot of them, you can't have it on their property.
Yes. Okay, so yes, exactly what Jason said. It depends on the state. In the state of Utah, which we are more familiar with the laws because we live here, then the vehicle is an extension of your property, your home.
Right.
So say you have a gun in your vehicle and you drive to a religious place that does not allow weapons on the premise.
Or an employer.
Or an employer.
Yeah.
Then as long as you keep it in your car, then it is
totally
considered
legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest is determined by policies, because companies and colleges, private universities.
Only private universities in this state.
Yeah.
We've had issues with that, and the
so the
the
public
institution
ones
has lost.
Yes, because
you can carry on campus here.
Yes.
Unless it's a private institution. If it's a private university, then the rules don't apply.
Their policies apply.
They can do whatever they want. Yeah.
So, hopefully that answers that question.
Yep.
But basically, it depends on the state.
It's like
and
any
the place.
gun law. It depends on where you're standing at the moment as to what applies and what doesn't. Right?
Yes. All right. Should we jump into what we did with guns?
Sure.
All right. Go ahead.
So, I made a purchase over the holiday weekend.
I know what that is.
I know.
I helped you find it.
You did. I've been watching Palmetto and waiting. So, most of you probably don't know, but I gravitate more towards handguns on the smaller side, because I focus more on concealed carry and stuff like that. I've decided so we're developing some new equipment, some new gear, new holsters for competition, and I thought, I need to be using this stuff. I haven't shot a match in probably 8 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. And I was never super competitive, but it just helped me kind of hone my skills. And so I decided I need to start shooting some local matches, just even if it's just every now and then, to stay sharp, test the stuff, talk to people, rub shoulders with people that are using that kind of stuff. And I got thinking, what gun am I going to shoot?
Oh, yes.
The full-size guns that I currently own are a SIG P226, which is an awesome gun, and I absolutely love it, but I don't want to use a double single action in competition.
Yeah.
Probably would be wise. It would make me a better shooter, but... So I decided, no, I'm not going to use that. The other full-size handgun that I currently own is a 10mm, and that's
out of the question.
Yeah, too expensive, too much recoil. It's wrong in every way. So I've been watching, as soon as Palmetto released their full-size, I've been watching that one, because I know the deals that you got on your compact, and a couple of times I almost bit when they sent out emails on that compact for $300 or something like that, and I was like, dang, I should just get that one because it's the Glock 19 size, which I carried a 19 forever. And I like that size.
You've only heard like positive feedback from like pretty much everybody, right?
I haven't heard a bad thing about them.
Yeah.
So
and I've even let people borrow it and shoot it. It has mine is the optics version one with the threaded barrel, and it has currently a RMR Trigicon RMR on it, and people just say it feels like you're cheating.
Yeah.
when you shoot.
Right. So that's the same configuration that I was looking for, but in the full size. And the days kept going, and they do this deal with like 10 magazines every now and then. That's what I was waiting for, and just nothing came up, and finally on Black Friday weekend, Black Friday, they posted it's green, which is funny. I decided I wanted one in black because I was going to have Lee do some stuff on it. Yeah. And the black would have been better for it. But usually, when I go to buy a gun, if there's a black one and an FDE or an OD green or whatever, I always buy the colored one instead of the black one. Just to have something different. So it's different. Yeah. So I finally decided I'm going to buy a black one, and a green one goes up for sale. $410 with 10 magazines.
Dang, that is so good.
Yeah, I jumped on that. Has not arrived yet, but we'll take a look when that gets here and start playing with it. So I'm excited about that. I haven't been excited about a new gun purchase in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. And especially a cheap gun purchase, you know?
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
So, but I have big plans for this one.
It's interesting how sometimes you'll buy a gun just because you kind of want/need it to complete a position in your collection, right? Like, hey, I need a 1911.
I've got a void here.
Yes. And you might not be totally excited about it, but the right price, right deal came along,
right?
And then there's other guns that you just, until they arrive, you just get antsy, like, I can't wait till it comes. Call the FFL. Hey, has it arrived yet?
Yeah. So anyway, that's coming. I'm excited about that. I did acquire so the last gun I bought was the Kimber K6S Combat 4-inch 357 Magnum. Love it. It's awesome. Everything about it is great. You and I were at Mark Housekeeper, the founder of Mag Holder, the other day. And for those of you who may not know, Mark is kind of in the final stages of ALS and is bedridden, and he's in kind of rough shape. But we were over visiting him. He's got a computer that he talks with.
Yeah.
Using his eyes.
He types with his eyes.
Yeah.
And then it speaks out like Stephen Hawking.
No, actually, he's got a cowboy voice. He's got a New Jersey. He uses a New Jersey voice when he's yelling for somebody or is upset with something, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
What's amazing is he has not lost his wit, his personality, his humor. It was super awesome to sit there and talk with him.
Yeah, it's funny because you'll ask him something and he comes back. It takes a few minutes to type the response, but then something he'll write back something witty.
Yeah.
And so he hasn't lost that wit and sense of humor.
And he changes the different voices and everything. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Taco and I are sitting there, and while we're talking with him, his wife is behind us kind of rummaging through his gun safe, and all of a sudden she hands me a Kimber K6 revolver with a 3-inch barrel. And I'm like, oh yeah.
This is cool.
I've seen this. She's like, no, that's yours. He's like, that's for you. He put that in his will for you. And I got teared up, and it was super awesome. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And I was a total idiot, and I'm like, I already have one of these. and Mark's response was, you weren't supposed to buy one. Like, I'm sorry. I love it. I'm super excited. So the 4-inch is for sale.
Yeah.
I've put that. I don't need both of them. There's no way that 3-inch is ever going anywhere. So that was super cool. It was emotional. I'm getting teared up now just thinking about it again.
Yeah.
But
we love Mark.
Mark is awesome. He is a super generous and he always has been. Super kind, always thinking about other people. So that was really cool. In the shop, I have been building holsters. Actually, I've probably been building holsters for 13 or more years, but I've been in business about 12, I think, yeah, 12 years I've been in business. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I feel like I kind of seen it all. People have brought me weird stuff.
I know what you're referring to now, yeah.
Like a pink high point with a suppressor and skull grips.
Yeah.
That wants a holster for it. I thought that was, the top, right?
Yeah.
Weirdest thing I could ever see. I get a call the other day from a guy. Says, hey, and I don't even remember who he said. So-and-so referred me to. He said, you might be able to help me. I said, okay, what are you looking for? I have a 50 BMG pistol I need a holster for. And I went, okay, bring it by. And he's like, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. And I hang up the phone and I'm thinking, clearly he misspoke. There is not such a thing as a 50 BMG pistol, and if there was, why would you want it, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking he's going to bring me a Desert Eagle 50 AE or something like that, or some big revolver or whatever. No, it's a 50 BMG pistol. I don't even know how he came by it. I think it may have been a rifle that has been modified into an actual pistol. Weighed probably 25 pounds. I didn't measure how long it was. It's probably close to 30 inches long from the grip to the end of the barrel. Had a laser sight thing on top of it. I mean, it was goofy, and I was like, "Oh my gosh. I don't have time for this. I don't even want to deal with this." And anyway, we talked. He convinced me that he needed this. He's a YouTuber. In fact, you can check out his channel. I think it was, what is it? Clan of Arms? I think that's what it is.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out Clan of Arms on YouTube, and you can kind of see his stuff. But so it's a gimmick gun, I guess.
Meme gun. Yeah.
Anyway, it took me about 3 hours, but I produced a super awesome holster for that gun. That is functional. Is it practical? Not even a little bit, but it's functional. I had to use a belt clip, a thigh strap, and a shoulder strap so that you could actually use it. But you wear it on your hip, you can draw it if you have long arms and are really strong.
Oh man.
But anyway, I posted pictures of that. That was kind of a fun project. I'm glad that he brought it to me, because who else? I don't think there's another holster maker out there that would have even taken that on.
Yeah. And he contacted me. I think I'm going to help him get some.
Yeah, I gave
reduced
him your info.
Recoil loads.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Yeah. Other than that, I have been using my laser trainer in my 226 in the shop periodically.
I came over and played with it a little bit.
It's kind of fun, huh?
It actually is fun.
So
it's good practice with that double action on the SIG.
Yeah, so. And you don't have to rack the slide every time to reset the trigger, which is nice because we don't need training scars.
Yeah.
That'd
be fun to get. You'd have to get those laser... What is it? The kind of like a laser bore sighter or like or whatever that is, right? For a revolver, you'd have to get like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's a laser cartridge. Is laser, what it is.
Yeah, okay.
The bore sighters won't work because they're always on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it would be expensive. I think this one was pretty. It was a Pink Rhino was the brand. It was $40, so it's not very much. But if you have to buy 6 of them so you can train with your revolver, that gets spendy really fast.
That'd be fun though.
Yeah, it would be. Thanksgiving Day, loaded up, went up to the in-laws, brought a couple air guns and a backstop and targets, and forgot my air tank.
Oh,
Did
you get to shoot it until they were out? Or
you know what? I pulled them out and I looked at them and I'm like, I can maybe get one magazine through each of these before they're pretty empty. That's not worth setting everything up. And
that's too bad.
I was bummed because I was going to be the favorite uncle.
Yeah. And now you're not.
No, I'm not. Anyway, that's what I did with guns.
All right. So I picked up a new handgun.
Yes.
And that is in a chamber that everyone would probably laugh at, like if they knowing me, right? But this was one that, like like Jason, he ended up getting a gift gun from Mark, and this one is pretty cool. It's a Ruger Mark III, and it's the Target model with the heavy barrel stainless, just how I like the 22 pistols.
Yeah.
And this one, yeah, it's got the 45 grip, and when Mark gave it to me, he says, I know it's not sentimental, but it will work good with the...
He just knows how much time you spend taking
he always hears
kids
about
out and everything.
Yeah,
and,
so he told me it'll be a good gun for all the new shooters I take shooting, and so I thought that was very appropriate for for me, and so I appreciated it, and my eyes got all teary too, and so I ended up getting the barrel engraved with something special, but I want it to be a surprise to Mark, so I'm not going to tell anyone what it says until we show it to Mark first.
It turned out really good.
It's awesome.
And it's basically what you were saying, your intention behind that gun and the engraving,
it matches perfectly,
was to draw attention to it, so somebody would ask you about it. Oh, why does it say that, and why is it on that gun?
Yeah.
So that you have the opportunity to tell them about Mark.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah. That was...
I'm not going to engrave the barrel of my kid.
Yeah.
I'll just tell him anyway.
So, anyways, I got that. And talking about, like, the project gun from earlier, I ended up picking up a Ruger American Ranch in 350 Legend, which is also funny because everyone knows, like, I think it's...
You mentioned that as a useless caliber.
Well... At least for me.
Or pointless?
It's pointless for me. It was poorly designed in my opinion. I think they could have done a few things to make it a lot better.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And so it is, I have heard that people really enjoy that caliber, and especially for deer hunts. I think it's back east where you have to have a straight wall cartridge.
Right.
And so it fulfills some hunting laws, and
it serves a purpose.
For specific hunting.
A specific niche, yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, I didn't care about the caliber, but I wanted an action that can take AR-15 magazines, and I'm going to have a gun built. It's a varminter, but kind of like a walking varminter. So, like, something
lighter weight?
Yeah, that you could actually, like, shoulder fire without issues, but then also throw it on a tripod at a prairie dog town or a ground squirrel hunt, and take care of business that way too. So the cartridge I chose was a 20 practical, and the reason for that is, one, it fits in an AR-15 mag, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
you could use the Magpul drum and have like
and now you no longer have a lightweight varminter.
yeah I'm talking about if you have it in a tripod or something, and you can just go to town and not reload for a long time. Or you could just even use like 20 rounds in a varmint gun. That's a lot.
Yeah,
so
it is.
For a lightweight, just a 20 round magazine, the Magpul mags.
Right.
Yeah, lightweight. Anyways, the brass is cheap.
What caliber was it again?
It's 20 practical.
Okay.
So it's a 223 neck down to 20 caliber. So it's probably very similar to a 204 Ruger, but just a little bit weaker.
Okay.
Because the 204 Ruger case is a little bit longer.
Okay.
And so I'm getting a barrel done, and I think Excalibur and my buddy Kenny from the Eagle Eye Shooting Channel is going to chamber that for me.
Okay. And so it just takes a regular 5.56 magazine?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I'm planning on going on another squirrel hunting trip this spring, and I got a shipment of 17 HMR ammo in. I think I got like either 500 rounds or 1,000 rounds. This is a lot. And so I figured I would have the 17 to do most shooting, but I want something that has a little bit more oomph to it.
Yeah.
And so I figured that would be the ideal thing for that, like just fulfills that purpose completely.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. Like it'd be a cool gun.
Yeah.
So I want to get that built and then maybe take it to Black Ice. Like I said, get the action Teflon coated. I think it'd be fun to get the. I did get a chassis ordered. I don't know if I'm going to use the chassis or not.
Yeah.
Probably, but it was on the Black Friday MDT deal, and they make one that happens to take AR mags.
Oh.
So there's very few chassis that are made for those Ruger Americans or Ruger American Predators that take AR mags. But I only have one chassis, and I know I'd love to try it out on my Ruger American Predator in 223, just so mine could be that much better than Stan's. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, and how much weight is the chassis going to add to
it? Adds a little bit, yeah.
Because chassis are usually a bit heavier, so you might not want to put it on that if you're...
I hate plastic stocks, though.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
See, for me, it just depends on
the purpose
of it. Yeah. And for something that you want to have out in the field and walking with and stuff like that, that might be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Just have Lead dip it for you, and then it'll be cool.
Yeah, I could do that. But I've thought about putting that chassis on that gun, and then, like, even if I did it just for the hunt, put it in the chassis and sight it in and everything, and then just have it ready. Because I have a tripod, like an Athlon tripod that accepts the Arca Swiss rail. So I could just slide that in and clamp it down. And then I got this nice tripod just to, sit on my butt and shoot, or stand up and shoot.
Right.
So that's... I've been thinking about this. I've wanted to build a 20 practical for so long, but I could never figure out who I wanted to make the barrel and just the platform. I just didn't want to do another AR-15.
Right.
And there's AR-15 barrels out there that would be so easy to do.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to do it. I don't want a semi-auto. I want a bolt action.
Right.
But the AR mag, I mean, it seems like it's perfect package that's coming together. And I've been getting all the parts and stuff on sale and inexpensively.
Well, I think we live in a unique time where...
It's like the renaissance of guns. Yeah,
because you can very easily take a lot of other, different components and put them together, like you're saying, to make the perfect gun. One of the things that's excited me about this dagger that I ordered is I can put a competition trigger in it if I want. I can put a compensator on it if I want. I can do all kinds of things to it, and when it comes time to doing it, I'm going to have 100 options on any one of those things.
And this I know you'll want to if it's a competition gun, you'll probably want to change the trigger.
Yeah.
But the stock trigger in the dagger, to me, is better than the stock trigger in a Glock.
Yeah.
You'll have to put some...
I won't change anything right away.
Yeah.
I'll play with it as is and then go from there.
And I don't know. I know there's so many options. Like Timney makes triggers, CMC.
Yeah.
And everybody makes a trigger for the Glock. And some of them are compatible with the dagger, some are not. So you'll have to just read on compatibility.
Yeah. And the other thing I almost bit on from Palmetto, I think it was yesterday in their ad, a dagger complete lower, compact complete lower, and a stripped AR lower, both for $100.
I saw that, and it was in my cart for a little bit, and then I hurried and took it out. I'm like, that's 2 guns technically. Yeah. And I was going through my spreadsheet of the net 6
You're in
new
trouble.
guns. I'm in trouble. I gotta dump some soon.
But I saw that, and I was really close, but I was like, I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
Because I built a Polymer 80 a year ago or something. I really don't like it. I like...
Give it away to your kid as a gift. Christmas.
I just hate the lower. I just don't like it.
So you'll just take the upper and throw it on a dagger lower.
Yeah, I'll just strip that down I guess if it's a complete lower, I wouldn't have to take the trigger and all the other stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So
that would be cool.
And it was in flat dark earth, which is what that Polymer 80 already is. It's got a Teflon slide and a Coyote Teflon barrel in it, so it would have worked perfect.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I refrained.
Yeah. Well, you know how I was talking earlier about guns that you get excited about and some that you don't?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people, when I take them shooting, they're like, hey, do you have a 1911?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I do. But mine is that little Colt Defender.
Oh.
I had a
spring... like a 3-inch? 3 1/4 or something.
It's a short barrel.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
And unlike your Colt, 1911 experience. Mine has been great.
Yeah.
It's flawless, works good. I just, I don't love shooting it. But I had a Springfield 1911 A1. I think it's A1, but it's stainless. I liked it, but it also is kind of like meh, you know?
Yeah.
Or as my kids would say, it was mid.
Yeah.
So I ended up selling it, and I think I recovered as much as I spent, or maybe I made a couple bucks, whatever. Yeah. And that was years ago. And so I've always been on the lookout for something to replace it, but I haven't wanted to do a high dollar 1911 just because I don't love 1911s. Yeah. I don't know why.
Oh. You're not American.
Yeah, right?
Says the guy who doesn't currently own a 1911.
Yeah. So I ended up with one of those Palmetto deals.
Yeah.
And I haven't picked it up yet. It's at the pawn shop. I need to pick it up like tomorrow, I think. And it was a Taylor's and Company. Now, what's interesting about them is they're like a company that they don't actually make guns themselves. I think they modify them, or they put in specific specs to have like a Taylor's and Company like Glock, but I don't think they've ever done it with it. Right. They do it with like stylish guns like revolvers and lever actions. Like my one lever action, it's the 1886 Takedown.
Okay.
And that one was made by Chiappa. It's actually really nice. But it's branded Taylor's and Company. Okay. So I know that they have other people make
something.
Give
it a fluff.
So this one was it was a 1911 rail gun, so it has the rail on the bottom, and I'm guessing it's either Philippines or Turkish. I don't know if it's Rock Island Armory that made it for them, or if it was Tisas or one of those other companies. But I have so they had it on sale for it's like $400 or something.
Wow!
And I'm like, that fits.
For a 1911 platform, that's dirt cheap.
Yeah, and it had upgraded sights, fiber optic sights, and stuff. And I know Gene is probably, if he listens to this, he's probably like just smacking his forehead. Like, Taco, why did you do that? You could have so much better.
Not for $400.
Not for $400. But that 1911 I have in 10mm and 9mm and 22 TCM made by Rock Island Armory.
Right.
I have not had any problems with any of those.
Yeah.
They shoot good enough, good enough for me.
Yeah.
And they feed everything.
Yeah.
And so I thought, this would be a good one to fulfill that spot
and
in a 1911.
The few times, or the one time that you did have an issue with something from Palmetto, they took care of it. Yeah. So you kind of have that in the back also. If it does have any issues, you're not going to be stuck with it.
Yeah, well, it would be Taylor's and Company who I would have to go through.
Oh.
Because it's their gun.
Oh, that's true.
Unless it was faulty right out of the box.
Then,
Then maybe Palmetto.
Right.
But
either way.
So I'm going to pick up that tomorrow. And
cool.
I think, maybe throw a green laser on the bottom and just have fun with it like that. Just because it has the rail on the bottom. But yeah, I was just thinking that would be a good replacement for the Springfield. And I think I will enjoy shooting it better because it has a few upgrades and niceties that the Springfield didn't have.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I did that.
It'll be interesting to see how it runs.
I've done some ammo loading, some 380, and took out the Bursa.
Oh.
And shot flawless with some NOE cast bullets. So,
your experience was better than mine with the Bursa too, then.
Yeah, I want to take it out and just unload 200 rounds or something.
Yeah.
Of 380 in the snow.
Yeah.
So that I don't feel bad about not picking up the brass, as it melts through the snow and hits the ground. It's too bad. I'll just have to wait until next time the 380 shows up in my brass bucket. Anyways.
Nice.
Okay, well, we have a couple news articles.
We do. And these are kind of a commentary on the state of things is kind of where we were going with these. First one I'll just go through kind of quickly. A pair of Alabama shoplifting suspects were booked into jail after they allegedly tried to steal merchandise from a Tractor Supply Company store, but were subdued when customers intervened, including one who opened fire on the getaway car. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
It says, don't come to Theodore, which is the town in Alabama, and rob a Tractor Supply without knowing the person is going to have a gun. Everyone is walking around with guns in Theodore, witness Ryan Maxey told WPMI. The scene unfolded before 9 a.m. on Black Friday in the town of Theodore, a few miles south of Mobile, when suspects Troy Brown and Toby Priest allegedly attempted to steal expensive merchandise from the agriculture and hardware store, according to the outlet. Witnesses say a customer on the lot noticed the men allegedly wheeling the cart of goods to an SUV and confronted them. The customer managed to pull one of the suspects from the car, while the other suspect got the car in gear and tried to leave the parking lot. They kind of beat on each other inside the car. The guy was trying to get him so he wouldn't start the car, Maxey said of what he witnessed. Unfortunately, he was able to get it started and floored it back, so the guy had to step back so he didn't get hit. When he floored it back, he came out this entrance place and went to that light right there and hit a U-turn and kind of did a couple donuts in the road. Okay, whoever wrote this article, you're quoting, yeah. This isn't just bad radio. This is bad, like, typing. You're not filling this in on what's really going on. He went over there and did this right there. Okay. The car wasn't able to go far, however, due to a different customer pulling out a firearm and shooting out one of the getaway car's tires.
Wow, like a cop show.
Yeah. The car was later found abandoned, at least one flat tire on U.S. Highway 90, according to WPMI. So both the guys were caught and arrested. I'm thinking,
Which state was this in?
Alabama.
Okay, so they're probably okay. The people who
fired the shots. Maybe not a good idea.
Not a good idea. You don't. Yeah.
Especially in a situation where you aren't protecting life and limb.
Yeah.
That gun never should have come out. Probably, granted, we weren't there to witness. Maybe he was trying to stop the vehicle so it didn't run over the guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you got to be really careful on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I found it was interesting. I don't know how I would have reacted in a similar situation. If I see somebody who's shoplifting, if I would have stepped in to intervene or just made people aware, the store owners, or called the police. I would have done something, but I don't know that I would have necessarily confronted the person doing it at the same time, right?
We know what Stan would do. He'd pull out his cell phone and start recording the guy and say, "Hey, everybody, this guy's shoplifting.
Yeah.
I have it on video."
That actually would be very effective, to be honest.
Yeah.
That actually probably would have been the best course of action.
Yeah. Hoping that they don't have like a gun or anything.
And that's my thing. Why I don't think I would have physically intervened, because they're stealing stuff. It's crappy to do, but nobody's life is in danger, and do I want to put myself in a situation where now maybe I do have to use my gun? So I don't know.
I think those things, different. Everything's different, but I think also you have to decide where you're at and what, are you willing to take the consequences of that? Right. And I think a lot of people right now are just getting fed up with all the crap that is happening to good people. And kind of funny that, on this same topic of, what would you do? My wife was driving to work this morning and she witnessed somebody, on the icy road just totally take out somebody's really nice brick mailbox. And then they drove off. Oh. And so she ended up I think she got a picture of their license plate. And then she's like, "What do I do? Do I call the cops or whatever?" I said, "Take the picture and then go knock on the door of the mailbox owner and say, 'Hey, I witnessed this. Here's, And as she was doing that, so she went over and did that. And as she was talking to the homeowner, then the husband of the lady who totally took out the mailbox, he came up and to take, responsibility. So they weren't sleazy people, but, I think that the wife should have gotten
For
out
sure.
and said something, but instead
For sure.
she
She panicked.
drove off. I don't know. And so that's kind of what we're talking about, where, kind of tired of people doing crap and getting away with it.
Well, and there's no accountability anymore.
Holding people
being
accountable
is not politically correct anymore.
Yeah.
So, on that same vein, here is another story.
Hold on. Let's go with this one.
Oh, you got one.
Yes. Okay, now this one is, to me, it's a little bit more comical.
Okay.
And serious, but comical.
Okay.
All right. So, over the weekend, deputies from Polk County Sheriff's Office disarmed an alleged firebomber in Central Florida, leaving him with a wound he won't soon forget.
Oh, no.
Responding to a 911 call on November 20th, the Sheriff's Office dispatched deputies to a North Lakeland neighborhood to deal with a suspected arsonist who was throwing incendiary devices at a residence. Huh. I'm surprised that guy didn't get shot while doing that.
No kidding.
In Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Florida is pretty armed.
Yeah.
Sheriff Grady indicated that the 30-year-old Luke Neely, whom he characterized as a bad man, that's in quotes, bad man.
Okay.
Yeah, we know a couple of those. They're just sometimes there's just bad people, evil people.
Yeah.
Had been throwing Molotov cocktails onto a roof and at a house, with a mother, father, and their adult daughter still inside.
Huh.
That's no good. Deputies arrived 1 minute and 18 seconds after receiving the call. That is a fast response time.
That is epically fast.
Yeah. According to the sheriff's office, the first deputy on scene witnessed the suspect throwing one of 7 Molotov cocktails, 2 of which had exploded on the house. Other incendiary devices had reportedly caught fire in the yard. Man, that is crazy.
That's bad stuff.
That is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Trying to burn someone's house down with people inside.
Right.
When the deputy ordered the suspect to stop, Neely reportedly got into an older model Chevrolet pickup truck and fled the scene. And the deputies attempted to pull him over, but they gave chase. And on account of the arson charges, the deputy determined that a precision immobilization technique, PIT maneuver, was warranted and made 2 attempts, the second of which broke his wrist. Wow.
The deputy's wrist?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, gosh.
Either
the steering wheel
osteoporosis or something?
The steering wheel getting jerked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
anyways,
it can happen.
That's crazy. Neely managed to continue fleeing westbound on I-4. And anyways, he goes, I'm just going to paraphrase, he goes, and they ram the truck, and it causes a crash. The arson suspect did not, however, immediately surrender. This guy's
really messed up.
He's messed up. He's just like, I guess I would summarize him the same. Bad man.
Yeah.
Bad man. And so he got out of the truck brandishing an AR-style rifle with a fully loaded .380 handgun on his hip and 57 rounds of ammunition to spare. That's kind of a...
Okay.
Yeah, okay. According to Judd, Neely began to run towards a Tyrannosaurus Rex statue on the perimeter of the theme park Dinosaur World.
Huh.
So he's going into like...
Where kids are.
Yeah.
People.
3 deputies began shooting, firing a total of 10 shots. The suspect was struck twice in the right leg, once in the left leg, and once in the groin.
I knew that's where this was going. Oh.
Yeah. This is funny. Judd said, "We've changed the looks of his groin forever, if you know what I mean." The wounds are supportedly non-life-threatening, though it is unclear whether the suspect's ego will survive. We're blessed that everything turned out the way it did. It certainly could have been a lot worse.
That's
true.
That's pretty good shooting. That's a small moving target. You got him.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh,
it's just an epic ending to that.
He got what he deserved. That was like I was driving up to Salt Lake the other day. You know, you always see people in the commuter lane that shouldn't be in the commuter lane. And you're like, where's a cop when you need one? Saw a guy get pulled over out of the commuter lane because he was by himself.
Oh.
I'm like, yes, it does happen. Anyway. Okay, one more story. And this is kind of going back to our commentary on the state of the nation, maybe.
Yeah.
So this is a group of people at a Portland, Oregon sports bar thwarted a reported armed robbery by pinning the suspect to the ground until police arrived. I was shocked, but it's not surprising. Alexis Carrillo, who manages a smoke shop across the street from B Van Sports Bar, told KGW. They did what they had to do, you know. Good thing there was people there to do that. Police responded to B Van Sports Bar. This is the weirdest name for a business. It's B Van, B-E, next word, V-A-N, Sports Bar.
B Van?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Maybe Van's super cool and you want to be like Van when you're there.
But you said B-E or?
B-E.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe his name is Bevan.
It's not how it's spelled. It's too distinct. Bevan Sports Bar would make more sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, 12:30 a.m. Saturday, they respond to a report of a robbery with a gun. When the police arrived, they found a group of people had already subdued the subject. Police arrested the unnamed suspect and took him to a local hospital from being subdued. A police spokesman said that the suspect clearly needed medical attention.
Oh, jeez.
He is facing a second-degree robbery charge. Carrillo described that the scene is what business owners in the Park Rose neighborhood have to brace for, explaining he has repeatedly told people to leave the Sandy smoke shop if they enter the store with a weapon. There's a lot of people coming in the store with knives and bats and stuff. I gotta kick them out of the store while I'm here, and who knows what happens when I'm not here at night. So I'm trying to understand why people are carrying around bats.
Yeah.
I mean, I carry
a knife all the time.
and a gun, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, it sounds like this neighborhood's kind of circling the drain to some degree. It says other businesses in the area told the outlet that store owners will keep weapons behind their counters and have banded together with other business owners to share security footage and help protect each other from potential crimes. Yeah, that's kind of how we roll, said Carrillo. It's a little scary because you never know what could happen. You just got to deal with it. Stores across the city have reported brazen shoplifting incidents and break-ins in recent months. One clothing store, Rains PDX, announced this month it was permanently closing after a string of break-ins. Our city is in peril, a printed note posted on Rains PDX store reads, according to KATU2. Small businesses and large cannot sustain doing business in our city's current state. We have no protection or recourse against the criminal behavior that goes unpunished. Do not be fooled into thinking that insurance companies cover losses. We have sustained 15 break-ins. We have not received any financial reimbursement since the 3rd.
Yeah.
So, if you can remember back a few years, Portland, I believe, was one of those areas that was letting rioters just...
Yeah, and they were...
No repercussions.
They were letting all the people out, too. Like,
yeah.
People who'd get arrested for the, destruction of property and violence and stuff, they would just get...
They were
it was like
really
a revolving
being
door.
Charged.
I think was it their attorney general who was like, or one of the city politicians was like, no, don't charge these people or whatever.
Yeah.
So the cops, they'd arrest them and they get sent right back, and so they stopped arresting them.
We've seen the same thing, talking with Officer John about stuff. It's, there's kind of a revolving door policy where they're doing their job, they're arresting people, and the system just regurgitates them right back out for whatever reason. And, these bigger cities that tend to be a lot more liberal-minded have these policies in place that are doing nothing to protect the good citizen. It is, and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's
where I would say corruption and evil.
Yeah.
There's no other real answer for it. Like,
and if you're a politician, if you're somebody that can make these laws, that can make changes, can, keep these bad people behind bars when necessary, what is your motivation to not do that?
Or to punish people who are trying to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
And give, it's like
punishing
all
people
the
that are trying to keep the laws. Yeah.
Yes, it's just a backwards
It is.
society.
It's really, really weird, but I'm seeing more and more of this type of stuff. More behavior like...
And the other thing, too, is, like, I think if this keeps continuing, people are going to get fed up, like these news articles that we read, and they're going to take justice into their own hands.
And then they're the ones that are going to go to jail.
Yeah, but you're going to see a lot more, you know, like... Vigilantism. And,
Probably.
you know, these people are going to get... The suspects are going to get beat up and killed and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And all they would have to do is enforce laws.
Yeah.
To stop
the laws that are already there.
The laws that exist, just enforce those, and things would get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting.
My wife works with a guy who his son is currently in prison, and I don't know how long. I think his sentence is like 5 years because he sold weed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And I think about that. He broke the law. He did something wrong. He should be punished. But then we see people that are committing violent
rape
acts
and like attempted murder, that kind of stuff, and they're out.
They're walking away.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. I don't understand what is going on with our system, but it is jacked up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess certain places they're doing it right. I mean, if you Idaho, Utah, Florida, you know, if you
you commit a crime, you're gonna pay for it. But it's things are weird. We live in weird times.
Yeah, and something that you may consider just thinking about is deciding what are you willing to do and not do. And so having already made a decision ahead of time, it'll help you act accordingly if presented in with that situation.
Yep, for sure. But we definitely need more people standing up for what's right.
You could take the Stan approach and just start shouting, "This guy's shoplifting! I see him!
I
Everybody look!"
So I spent 25 years in retail before I started my business, and shoplifting is a problem. And it's something that in every place I've worked at, we had different ways of dealing with things. The most effective way to thwart a shoplifter is really good customer service. So somebody would come in and you're like, okay, something's not right here.
Then you
so
like
you go
walk
to them,
around.
hey, how's it going? How can I help you? Oh, I'm just looking. Okay, I'll be right here if you need anything. And you don't move. And then they kind of wander around to the next aisle or whatever, and you just kind of follow them, you know, and it just makes them uncomfortable, and then they leave.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, we are out of time.
But hopefully that gave you guys something to think about. If anybody has feedback on maybe where you live and things that you're seeing that are giving you cause to be concerned, we'd love to hear about it.
Also, in preparation for our Christmas gift ideas episode, please send in your feedback to concealedtacodudes@gmail.com and let us know what your recommendations are for the modern gun guy or gun girl.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Share the podcast with your friends.
Stay safe. Have fun.
Take somebody shooting and be nice to people.
Don't forget, take someone shooting, not at them, shoot with them.